Before we get started in the video, the main thing that I want to state is I guess, in my way, I want to give my flowers to those women, those black women out there who are creating and making platforms, or who have already established platforms um, to protect and shelter black men and to give them a space where they can be comfortable and vulnerable enough and loved enough in order to try to work through a lot of the things that they're going through silently. That is, in a sense, I guess you could say mentally, causing damage, right? Consistently every day as they walk because they're not getting the luxury to take a break and to try to heal from a lot of the things that they've gone through. So this one is a little bit different. Every so often, I happen to do videos in the sense of me trying to give, people their flowers. Like I said, I pay attention to, quite a bit of stuff on social media. And I do highlight a lot of the negative stuff because the negative stuff needs to get called out so that it can get fixed, so that all of that can get pushed out the way. So then you can see all the positive stuff. But, I guess a lot of people can't, see or, in a sense, comprehend that. So, that's cool. So you have this woman here by the name of Bianca of Broward. She stated, Black women don't give Black men healthy spaces to evolve if we want to be honest. And I sat there for quite some days because I was really trying to figure out how to um, address this, as I guess a topic, or how to, put stuff into the video to give examples, and you know, it gets to points where you just don't feel like doing it because no matter what you do, what you put out there, people are going to see it, how they want to see it, which is cool, which is completely cool. So that's why I guess I'm not going to try to put any videos to. Um, confirm, any points or different things like that. I'm just going to allow people to view it the way that they want to view it, right? And the way that I see this, her bringing up this topic, she is 100% right because the moment in time that even for black men, if you go out on social media and you look at black men just talking like they're just talking amongst, other black men, they're expressing the way that they feel, which they have the right to do. They're putting their feelings out there on full display, which they have the full right to sit up there and do. If they have anything that stresses them out, makes them mad, makes them angry, they have the right to say that. Because oh so long, if you think about, maybe your father, your grandfather, the father before him, you know, black men were not able, they didn't have the ability to just sit down and breathe. They didn't have the ability to, in a sense, just break down or just to observe the situation. The whole thing is that you have to keep moving. That's it. Like you don't have time to sit up here and cry. You don't have time to sit up there and just sit down and observe it. No, you have to sit up there and keep moving. Because the moment in time that people observe a black man not moving and he's just trying to breathe, people are like, "Oh, he's lazy. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. You're no good." It's going to be like all of this negative type of stuff. You get hit with the negativity, right? People will see you as being inconsiderate. People will see you as not being consistent. People will see you as not trying to do nothing. People will see you as trying to take the easy way or trying to find a shortcut or whatever it is. So no matter how black men come out on social media, they will be critiqued. If a black man just wants to talk to an audience and explain how it is that he feels in the world, you will then have others that will show up, as given the example, you have black women showing up and they'll decide to say that, "Oh, y'all think that y'all got it hard. Well, I'm a black woman all day long. Y'all don't got it hard than us. We go through this, we go through that. We sit up there and carry off for 9 months, and then y'all come out and y'all ungrateful. Y'all don't do nothing for us. Y'all don't respect us. Y'all belittle us. Y'all sexualize us, hypersexualize us. Y'all want us to be y'all mothers all day long. Y'all want us to treat you this way, and we don't get anything in return. Y'all want everything from us, and then y'all don't give us nothing. Y'all want to it's all of this stuff that is just ongoing. It's nothing but like negative. It's nothing but negative. So you got black men out here on social media platforms expressing themselves so that not just, to do therapy in their own way, but they're also, doing this therapy with other black men, right? So they can work through certain things. So maybe, somebody can spot something in, say something that'll change his view. And then within that same thing, as that other guy just changed his view and spotted something, then that same man can do the exact same thing. Healing process is basically taking place. But even when you have black men trying to be vulnerable, black men still get shitted on for being vulnerable. Even though black women ask and tell black men to be vulnerable and more vulnerable. Show us your feelings, show us this, show us that. But then the moment in time that we decide to do this, and the most vulnerable time to do this is realistically on social media. You're not opening just like yourself or to the people that follow you, but it's the whole world. Anybody can basically see your content and look at it how it is and perceive it as this type of way. Go look at a lot of videos of black men just explaining how it is being a black man. And let me know if you happen to spot comments of black women showing up basically saying that they got it harder, they got it tougher, this, that, and the third. Y'all got it easy. Y'all men at the end of the day, what you complaining about? It's a man's world. Women gotta sit up there and work 10 times harder than you. Women gotta struggle 100 times harder than you. The conversation is about what black men are going through, how it is that they're feeling. Nobody's saying that we don't care about what black women are sitting up there going through. Nobody's sitting up there saying we're not trying to understand that. Nobody's saying we're not trying to sit up there and see that. The focus is that we're trying to sit up there and quote unquote heal like you want us to do. But when we decide to sit up there and listen and do the things that you want us to do, we still get shitted on at the end of the day and we still get called weak. We still get emasculated. And you're doing this during a vulnerable time. It ain't like you doing this when we got all of our armor on and you trying to hit us with this. It will be nothing. But you want to sit up there and decide to do this when we're now at our utmost vulnerable. You know you can sit up there and attack. And then people want to try to figure out why it is that black men and black women can't sit up there and have discussions, can't have conversations. It's because of things like that that transpire and that take place and that happen, making black men not wanting to open up, making black men not wanting to be vulnerable towards and with black women. Because the main thing that's going to sit up there and happen is that, oh, I see that you're vulnerable right now. Let me sit up there and start shitting on you. Let me bring up all of the past shit that I've gone through with such and such black men or the way I feel right now. Let me just throw this directly at you because now I know I can actually hurt you. Now I know I can actually do this. Now I actually got this kryptonite for you. So it's like I view it, as she is 100% right in what she's saying. Black men don't really, in a sense, get that grace. They don't really get that luxury in order to be vulnerable, in order to actually work on their feelings, in order to actually work on your feelings and to observe a situation to know, like, all right, I'm fucking up here, I'm fucking up here, I'm fucking up here. You have to actually be vulnerable. You have to sit up there and be honest. Right? You have to sit up there and be truthful. The main thing that men try to do in general, we try to own up to our mistakes. We try to be as upfront. We try to be as honest about our faults, about our fuck ups, about everything like that. But as we do, we'll then have people coming right behind, picking up all of those things that we just said. And it's like, here's your plate. Here, let me give you back all these fuck ups. Let me rearrange these fuck ups for you so you know from point A to point B. Let me show you these fuck ups yet again. So it's like when you're trying to sit up there and You're trying to drop all of that weight that was carrying you down for so long. You got other people picking it back up, creating brand new armor, even stronger and heavier than before. And it's like, here you go. You still fucking up. So it's like it's tough. It's it's just it's a very, very tough thing to in a sense look at and to try to, I guess, actually do, right? So later on, she said, we all deserve healthy spaces. As women, we demand it, but are we providing them? Can your man cry with you? As a mother, do you help your sons manage all of their emotions so he doesn't think anger is the only option, right? So the thing with this is, throughout my whole life, I've had to sit up there and manage. Like I said, I come from a, single parent, household, right? Statistic. So the way that I, in a sense, try to manage things, I try to encompass everything so that I have the most well-rounded view that I have. So I measure how I'm going to respond emotionally to certain things by the older black men that I've seen in the community that I was able to see, that I was lucky enough to be around, right? That were in a sense like a secondary father to me. And I assessed how they spoke to women. I assessed how they spoke to other men. I assessed how they treated and how they cared and how they loved the community. I assessed how they attacked certain situations and so on and so on and so on. So through all of that assessing, I then try to gauge myself to that so that if they're doing these things and they're being emotionally competent, they're making sure that they're not going overboard. They're making sure that they're not making the situation worse. They're making sure that they're trying to relieve stress and they're trying to fix the situation, that they're not being problematic and so on and so on and so on. I'm going to make sure that I gauge myself accordingly to what these black men have shown me. I'm not going to sit up there and gauge myself emotionally to black men who want to be niggas, right? The ones that are going out here that want to be angry and they want to have everybody feel that anger. So the one way that they sit up there and do that, they sit up there and get a gun and they want to sit up there and deliver that anger towards everybody else. They want to deliver that sadness towards everybody else. They want to deliver that same death that they feel, that same broken down, decrepit necrosis that they have directly from their heart that's spreading out through their body like a cancer. They want to deliver that to everybody else in the black community because hurt people hurt people. That's the decision that I made. Because regardless of me not having a father or not, I came to the determination that, my mom did the best that she could. And now I have to show in return, I got to do the best and I got to show the world exactly, what my mom created. Right. So I didn't have, in a sense, for all intents and purposes, I didn't have a mom that was just like 100% babying me and doing everything for me and all this other type of shit. It was like, nah, it was like, yo, you got to sit up there. You're a grown man. You got to start, doing shit. It's like, yo, if you don't sit up there and do X, Y, Z, it's like, yo, I'm just going to sit up there and like wipe my hands at you. I did, everything that I can do. You have to sit up there and do this now, right? I did my job, right, as a parent to sit up there and take care of you for the duration that I was supposed to sit up there and do it. This is now your journey, right? And through before that journey, right, just being, a child, my mom in a sense gave me that space where I could sit up there and, you know, express myself like, yo, I'm frustrated, right? I could sit up there and cry and I don't have to, in a sense, worry about being deemed as being less than or being a weak, not being a boy and all this other type of shit that people like to say, right? But also behind that, she was stating from her personal view that, yo, situations out here are going to be tough. you can't sit up there and, stop and, and cry and different. You're going to have to sit up there and keep moving. You don't have the time. You don't have the luxury to do that. And she was telling me that as a black woman, letting me know that she knows how the world basically sees black men. Yes, stuff out here is hard. Yes, stuff out here is tough, but it's like you can't sit up here and just you know keep breaking down. Like she's telling me this, as I'm a younger man, right? And I sat up there and understood that. I was like, all right. I didn't say that she was right at that time, but I understood, and the way that I showed her that she was right by is the way, in a sense, I conducted myself through life. Whatever, in a sense, hardships that I basically had or anything that I was going through, I felt a certain type of way about it, but I'm like, all right, it is what it is. You just gotta keep moving. You just gotta keep walking. You can't sit up there. Like you have to just keep constantly running. Because the moment in time that you do, everything that you're balancing is going to sit up there and fall down. It's going to sit up there and collapse. And then once that collapses, guess what? You're going to sit up there and start breaking down. You're going to sit up there and start uh, having those emotional breaks. And trust me, as a man, I know no guy wants to sit up there and go through that emotional break where you're just like everything is just falling apart. Everything around you that you're just trying to sit up there and do, you're just like, I don't know how I'm gonna hold this. I don't know specifically what to do. Like I said, there's no book, there's no real guide out here to basically be a man because every man's journey is different, right? But everything is still intertwined. Even though as men we're all like different, everything, all the journeys and everything that we have to do is still intertwined because those things that you go through, that you have to go through as a young man, as a boy, as a young man to a man, that's what makes you the man that you are, right? And then from there, you got to try to figure out certain things. And then everything that you figure out, it's like, all right, I done made it this far. This is my version of a man. Let me sit up there and give my son this book so that this is how he can sit up there and stop. It ain't no guessing, ain't no this, it ain't no that. It might not be the most correct path, that I can sit up there and give that I can make. It might be better ones out there, but we don't have that book. So I'm going to sit up there and give him this book. This is the one that I wrote. And if he feels that certain pages didn't match up, he can skip over those pages. He can rip them out. He can sit up there, interject, and put his own pages in there. And then that's going to be his book. And then he can sit up there and pass that down to his son, and then the same, and the same, and the same, and the same. So, um, there's I probably got away from the point from the main thing, but the other thing is the fact that you don't have a lot of women out here that give spaces, for guys to in a sense talk, to in a sense be vulnerable. It's just that's in a sense not how things tend to work out, which is cool. It is what it is. But you do have some women out there, the few that have made platforms that are specifically around that. You have black women out here that have done that. And, those black women deserve the utmost love and appreciation for, in a sense, looking out for us and, taking that initiative to, take all of that hate that they're going to get from women for specifically focusing on men and trying to directly help them heal and become better and letting them talk and, all of those other types of things. Um, it's a lot, you know, but the main thing, like I told y'all before, it is what it is, at the end of the day. Last but not least, she stated this. She said, I'm going to let y'all enjoy yourselves. I said what I said. I hope y'all are maintaining healthy spaces for everyone you surround yourself with, men and women. You never know who you need. So, the reason why she stated this was due to the fact of she was getting pushback. And some of the people decided to state things just like this. Don't really think that's black women's responsibility to do that. People are supposed to create their own safe spaces. They definitely don't give black women healthy spaces. So many of them are killing black women every time you turn around. You pick me ass mammies. I tell you. Expletive, shut up. Black women are not rehab centers. So this is what I'm talking about when you have somebody that's willing to do something that everybody else is not willing to do. Now, the thing that I will say to a lot of black men is this: pay attention to the ones who started doing this without, you know, everything, taking place, right? They're just doing it naturally because they see that there is a problem, they see that there is a situation, and they want to give a solution. Pay attention that to the women that you basically have now. Don't look at the women that you have later because the women that catch on to this later, they're doing it for a fad sake. They're going to be doing it for a money sake. They're not going to be doing it out of a genuine reason. Like I said, pay attention to the women that are doing it right now where they're not making a lot of money, where there's not, in a sense, a whole bunch of like, lights around them. Pay attention to the ones that are getting the hate and different things like that. Pay attention to them. There, like I said, there's a few platforms out here where you got black women giving spaces, and they specifically have made their whole platform to, in a sense, protect, to speak up and speak out, and to allow black men to voice, their feelings about certain things. Allow them to, in a sense, start that healing type of process. Because, like I said before, at the end of the day, that's what the main thing that black women stated. Yo, y'all need therapy. Y'all need to talk to somebody. Y'all need to do this. Y'all need to do that. So, like I said, this is what it looks like when black men create social media platforms to express themselves. It gets hated on. They get shitted on, right? They get looked at as weak. They get emasculated and all these other types of things, right? They're not real men. So then when you have women out here that see what's going on, they're like, all right, you know what? I'm going to give you a space. I'm going to take the brunt of all of those attacks. I'm going to shelter you from that so that you will have the room and the ability to basically just be you so that you can start that journey, so that you can start that walk, so that you can sit up there and start healing. And this is what that looks like. Like I said before, this woman had to, this was just something that she stated on Twitter, and then she ended up having to close off the section because she was getting inundated with so much hate just solely due to the fact that she stated that one statement. She wasn't, in a sense, trying to be 100% negative about black women. She was stating something that, in a sense, should be obvious. But like I said before, the moment in time that you want to do something for somebody else, people are going to sit up there and attack you. People are going to, in a sense, call and claim that, you are the enemy and all these other types of things. These are the things that I've normally seen from black women geared towards other black women who are trying to do something positive for and towards black men. So I'm just saying, it's like, yo, it's it's an uphill battle, and I don't really think a lot of people actually fully comprehend and understand a lot of that stuff, and especially how difficult it is for guys to try to navigate all this stuff. Like it's literally being a black man, there's landmines everywhere. Like every single time we step, we sitting up there losing something. We losing like a toe, we losing a kneecap, a leg, we losing cartilage. We're sitting up there, losing muscle. Like, yo, and then we're people are like, nah, you better sit up there and still do what a man's supposed to do. You better still do this. You better not sit up there and start crying. You better not sit up there and take a break. You better not sit up there and be vulnerable. You better not sit up there and do anything that I don't feel that a man should not normally do. You better always do everything that's expected of you. Like I said before, men are, in a sense, built to just be robots and machines, not to have no type of feelings about anything. So then, a moment in time that robot and machine break down, guess what? Don't nobody know how to repair it because nobody actually cared to actually learn more about that robot. Learn about the inner workings. Learn about the programming. Learn about the positives and the negatives. Learn about the wiring and the circuitry. But yet you expect that robot to magically self-repair when it don't have a connection to like any type of source. It's there. It just exists. It doesn't have an uplink to like some type of off-planet satellite. It doesn't have an uplink to like the internet to sit up there and download all this information. It just has to sit there and be broken and just figure it out. While everything on it is still sitting up there rusting because the weather and everything else is falling down on it. And it can't sit up there and get any type of shelter from everything that is taking place. But then you look at that broken robot and you want to sit up there and tell it to move, do something, lift this, move this, fix that. How? If something is so broken, if something is so vulnerable, if something is so cracked and so shattered, how do you expect it to repair itself and also repair everything else that's around it? How? But like I said, that's in a sense, that's what's expected of men. No matter how broken and how shattered we are, we're still supposed to be that embodiment of a man. And we're still supposed to do and fix every single thing. But yet, as a man, right, you're trying to work on yourself, but you don't even know how to fix yourself because you don't even have time to. So then, when you want to sit up there and try to go get help, like, yo, somebody got a manual how to, fix me. I'm a little bit broken. It's a little bit of rust here. I need some armor plates. I need this. I need that. You try to go get help, people looking at you like, "What you doing? Man up, fix yourself, repair yourself, make new armor for yourself." But while you're also on a journey to do that, make sure you sit up there and fix these villages that's broken. Make sure you chop down these trees that's basically in the way. Make sure you sit up there and start putting down, some concrete and building up houses and all this other stuff while you're on the way. Make sure you do all of that while you're sitting up there trying to take breaks. Take the easy way out while you're trying to relax. Because like I said, the moment in time that guys are trying to breathe, people automatically deem you not to be a man. They feel that you're lazy. They feel that you're not doing enough. Everybody else gets to breathe. Everybody else gets to figure stuff out. But if you're a man, you don't have that time. You don't have that luxury.